Here we go. Get a story post for this first. Head to my channel for a live stream. Alright, let's see if we're actually live. Yeah, we're live. Cool, 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 cool. We do have my whole system. Alright, we're going to be making... Also need my microphone. Alright, we're going to be making minimalistic animations today. Post that too. Oh, it's on the wrong Instagram account. Alright, let's just talk to the chat real quick while I resolve this issue. Save. Save video. And delete. And switch to the other account. I'm an idiot. Here we go. Alright. Get everybody a part of this. Head to my channel for a live stream. Post. Alright. How's everybody doing? We're here. We're live. Having a fun live stream. And we are ready to rock. Head to my channel for a live stream. Alright, cool. We are ready to go. Alright. Let's head on over and get some inspiration, because your boy likes to work with inspiration. Patreon. P-A. Not Patreon, goodness gracious. Pinterest. Two different things that start with P. Inspiration, let's go. This is the correct Pinterest board. And what do we want to make? This one was cool. Oh, goodness.
Audio Jungle.
I saw this the other day, and I was like, man, that'd be cool to make. But I haven't figured it out, and I really don't want to spend all the time on the stream to figure that out. We are doing more minimal stuff today. All right. What are we gonna dive into today? This is really cool stuff. Kind of minimal, but a little too complex for the minimalism I'm trying to go for this. Let's dive through into the suggestions of this post. So, the goal of this is to make stuff with a black background, white kind of wireframe, sort of if you deal with Adobe stuff like stroke looking animations. Minimal, because with concert visuals, you want a lot of open space, and particularly these are not geared for like EDM shows, which is what my last animation pack was geared for. This is a different animal. This is a different, like stuff like this. This isn't animating, but you sort of get the vibe of what we're trying to go for here. So I'm just trying to look for some inspiration where we can go. Let's see. I think this is giving me some ideas. So if we can do like some rotation on a flat boy, we can try something. So that's what we're going to do. That would be a cylinder. And then we'll see where we can take that idea from here. So we got to just delete these faces. Faces. And then let's squish him in. I think if you do it in edit mode, you don't have to apply it, which is really nice. We'll do it right about there. And then we do need to add loop cuts. Let's do maybe one more. Yeah, that makes it square. And then subdivide it. Shade smooth. Here we are. So this is the base of the minimal design I'm going to do for right now. We are going to be in Eevee. I think I'm default on cycles. So let's go in Eevee, bloom. Actually, we don't want bloom. That's not the vibe we're going for. So I'm going to use the wave texture. I found that to be really, really useful for these types of things. So we first need to get our mix and our transparency. Transparent BSDF. Pop him there. And an emission. My two best friends, emission and transparency. And then let's go ahead and get a color ramp. Wave. Plug that there. Get our object. Oh, this might be goofed up. We'll see. We'll see. The cylinder projection sometimes does me favors. We'll see. Sometimes it just doesn't. And then we need to activate that transparency with alpha blend. Okay, cool. Now we're, yeah. Ugh. Let's go to UV. And then fix it. Oh, last time, I remember what I need to do. So we're going to keep that node set up so that cut out some of the work. But the problem, I need to make a sort of janky cylinder, which I actually did this in a tutorial. But basically, trying to map textures on a cylinder is super annoying. So what we'll do is we'll, let's see, does object fix this? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we'll go to the UV. That's so frustrating. Oh wait, there we go. And then on these two faces, we actually need to, these two faces, we need to fix that, see how they're going different directions, and I want them all to go to the same direction. So we'll go to UV editing, material preview, and we'll take this face, RX90, there we go, and then take that face as well, RX90. Now it's behaving roughly the way I want. We might need to rotate them by 180. We'll see what happens once I add the bevel modifier to this to make it a cylinder. Okay, yeah, so you see how there's that line? I think I need to rotate them by 180 degrees. If that doesn't work, then we're just gonna have to switch animations to just can this one, because I want these streams to be interesting, and if I'm just troubleshooting the entire time, it's not interesting. So RX180. Did that really fix it? There's no saving it. Well, that's frustrating. All right, let's find some other inspiration. Whack. Whack, 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 whack. Oh, wait. It's not even going the right direction I want it to go anyway. So, RX90. RX90. Let's just switch everything and see what happens. RX90. I'm guarantee you some inconsistencies are still going to show up. Ooh. RX90. Yeah, we're still getting garbage. Okay, well, too bad. Would you try if I gave you a Transformer the movie challenge in real? No, I can't do that. That's not in my wheelhouse. That's nuts. This type of stuff is really cool to do with a wave. Like this type of stuff. I think I have a mannequin like thing. I first want to do it though, file, new, general, on a displacement. This is going to be cool if it works the way I want it to work. Play S8, subdivided by 100. I did that so fast, I think that was my record time. Okay. We just need to give it some distorted noise for now. We'll probably go with a different texture later. Okay. And then I want to subdivide it. I love these drag and drop modifiers. It's like the best thing. All right. Oops, 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 come back. Let's go back to the texture. We'll give it a size of 4. Let's give it 3. I didn't like 2. That's good for now while we're designing. And I do want to give it a little less contrast. I don't like these flat portions. It's kind of looking like a, you know. So we'll contrast. Cool. Now we get more of what I'm looking for, and then we'll just go ahead and strengthen it. I see a bunch of people telling me about UV stuff. I'll keep that in the back of my head, but for now, I'm just gonna forget about that animation because I want to try more interesting stuff. I don't want you guys to just be watching me troubleshoot all day. That'd be boring. And I want these to be entertaining. All right, let's make that texture first. Oh, we're in cycles, crap. Come back, Eevee. MRX shader, my best friend when I'm doing motion graphics. TRA, transparent, emission, color ramp. Is there a Discord server? It's in the works. There's a couple people in it right now just troubleshooting it, and it's coming soon. I just have so much on my plate. I keep forgetting to like go and like finish it. It's almost done though. We'll do a wave texture. Stop. Wave texture. W-A-V-E. Wave. Control T. Object. Color, bam. Activate the transparency. I wish transparency would be activated by default, but because there is like some stuff you have to deal with, that's not an option. And then let's play with the axis. Maybe Z is the axis it needs to be. Yes. All right. Now we have this really cool effect. Like so. And let's bring that world brightness to black. Now we need to figure out how to make this look good. Because right now it's like muddy and ugly and not very cool. I think if I go orthographic with my camera, that might save my butt. Or it might ruin it. Ugh. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking that perhaps the texture needs to be bigger because right now, like, I don't like the overlap, but I want it to be, let's see. Texture needs to be bigger. So, size of 4. And then let's get that. Okay. Now, I want to animate it. So we'll do the classic thing with empties and stuff. So circle and then an empty. So we can loop the displacement. Come here. Here we go. Where are we at? First off, I do want to see what happens if I animate the phase on the wave texture itself. Let's check that out first. Let's do that. Let's just animate the phase because that's super natural. I mean, not like natural, you know, like it's not weird. It's more usable in a sense. So what do we need to do is to look at one spot and then see where we can loop the phase because the phase is loopable, but you really need to like eyeball it. So what I like to do is give myself like 300 frames. So we can try to like look at it and then we'll reduce the frames. This is how you kind of animate phase because it's not, I don't think phase was ever meant to be like a looping thing, but you can make it loop because there's consistencies. So we'll do this, insert keyframe. Let's see if I like the speed. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's try to find a spot. Okay, cool. This is actually a nice spot to see. So we want to loop it back where this circle has a little circle in it. So we need to find that right there. So 38. We'll stop at 38 and see if that's actually the looping spot. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we can see a one frame kind of goof. So we need to maybe add a frame, 39. That makes it worse. Let's go 37. That might be the spot. Yes, that's the spot. So now we have a looping wave texture displacement spot. And that's as simply that. Now I should do a tutorial on this because this would be really cool. Now I want to find like a good position to place my camera. First off, I think I feel like I can... Do I need to reduce my displacement size? Crap, come on, come here. Let's lower that. No, I feel like that might be perfect. Okay, so let's go back into the texture. See if we can bring that scale down. And then let's play with the camera because it's a little confusing to look at. It's not like, it's not how I want it to be. I'm thinking maybe it shouldn't be transparent. Let's kill the transparency and just leave it there. So now we don't have those issues that we were having in terms of like it looking a certain way. I like it now. Everyone's saying don't kill the transparency. Okay, if you guys like the transparency, we'll go with it. My issue is it's just not great looking. Maybe we need to play with the thickness. I like it now. Yeah, we'll stop it here. I like this. Super cool. Nice looping. Yeah, the wave texture is super fun to get stuff to loop. I like it a lot. If you do it flat, it looks like that Voronoi-Musgrave combination, which is also a really cool animation itself. But giving it a little depth. Like that. Is it possible to have a gradient instead of white? Yeah. You just plug the gradient texture into the color socket, and then you animate, not animate, but you like move it up. That would be the best thing to do. So we'll leave that there. I'll probably improve it later. But yeah, that's a very strange thumbnail. All right, let's see. Where's my other project files that I'm saving? Here we go, 15. And it's up, PSA. All right, let's keep going. Can you mix two emission shader nodes? Yeah, most of the time it looks really ugly. It's hard to find an example of an emission node that looks, two emission nodes are going good together until if there's some black space between the two. But if you're just mixing the two, then it's like, it's really ugly. But yeah, no, you use a mix node and then you use another, and you use the factor socket to separate them. It's super simple. Let's find some more inspiration. We're looking. I think it'd be fun to get a dot grid and play with some manipulation on a dot grid. So we're gonna do that. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Save. General. And we'll just get a flat plane. Oops. Scale. Top. How many years of experience do you have in Blender? I'd say about 3 to 4. I forget. I always forget how long I've been using it. Pinterest is underrated. Yeah, I only started using it like the past 3 months. I don't know who the artist 13s is. Is he on Instagram? Mix my X, mix shader, emission, transparent. The same node setup, air single time. What? COL. Get this color ramp. I've had a couple random comments about music and whether I should play music in the stream. What I want to know from you guys is, do you like it with no background music at all, or would you like it with some music? Let me know, and I'll see if I can get some stuff that won't get me that won't unmonetize my entire channel. That'd be my only worry, that it would because a lot of times it'll unmonetize the particular video. Sometimes it'll take away monetization on the entire channel. And that's my only worry. But if you guys want music, I will figure out some background stuff on Spotify that won't. Okay, no music. Okay, we'll go with no music. Okay, cool. That's safe for me anyway, so I can monetize this thing. The Google thinks I'm talking to it. That scared me. All right, no music. Can you hear that? Hey Google, stop. Goodness gracious. All right, we'll go with constant here. And we need to flip these. All right, cool. And then I want it to be a grid. I bet y'all didn't know it could do that. Sure some of you did. All right. I'm too flick to take a puppet PSA. Let's do it. Hey Google, tell a joke. I hope y'all can hear it.
What do cats eat for breakfast? Rice Krispies.
Oh, that's so stupid. All right, he said, what did cats eat for breakfast? Mice Krispies. So stupid. I mean, that's a very safe joke. Imagine canceling a Google Home. That'd be funny. All right. Would you? Yeah. Do you want me to lower my face cam? The issue is my computer is super high up. I'll see if I can get a different setup. Phase loop does loop easily. Just set the value to 0 and then some multiple of pi. That'd be easy if I knew what a multiple of pi was. I don't think I may have dealt with pi sometime in my life. Absolutely forgot. I would love to get a little graph, a diagram of that though, to see hey, if you want to animate the face, just do this. That would be super great. All right, so we have this dot grid. I want to do something creative with it. It's also kind of hurting my eyes. There we go. That's hurting my eyes a bit less. All right. So what I want to do is goof around with this scale socket because I think that might do something. Also, this has some promising loopability in the W. It's really we'll keep it at 3D. Yeah, but I mean that does have some promising loopability. But it's like Goofy and like stars. All right. Karsh, don't be spamming. I'm putting you in timeout. If you spam again, I'll just have to silence you completely. Don't spam. All right. So what I want to do is see what happens if I plug a noise texture into the scale socket. Right now, you guys are just watching me totally experiment. Okay, so it does that strangeness, which is not what I want. So I want to do something creative here with the scale. And then we'll make this 4D. Then what if I bring the randomness? No, this is not doing anything I want. Is it possible to pack an MP4 file into a blend file while using Eevee? I have an object unwrapped. I like the pack to blend file. Yeah, so what you do is you go to File, External Data, pack all into .blend, and that kind of keeps it in there. That'd be the best option. All right, so what I'm going to do now, because it's not really doing what I like, let's try this vector line garbage, see what happens. Let's do Voronoi. Let's do Brick. I'm not having a lot of luck right now in terms of great ideas. We'll figure it out though. B or I, Brick texture, mix RGB. And then we'll use this object coordinate to bring it back. Whoa, that makes a cool effect. What just happened? I do want to bring that mortar smoothness down. Okay. That actually makes a really cool effect. Yeah, that's like a really cool... Big fan. Now... how do we animate this? How do we make this into something cool? Squash might be promising. Not really. I like this default. 3D to 4D. And then if we animate the W, no, that's absolutely terrible. What can we do in terms of animating this? It would be really cool as some type of hologram. What zoom would tell me how these are done? Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea for this. So we're gonna do a classic loop, RX90. And so let's get our plane, and we're gonna run a camera through multiple of these. And then I wanna sort of accentuate the grid sort of vibe of this whole thing. I like it a lot. It could be better. We'll make it a collection. Oops. New collection. Collection instance. Come on, come on. This could be dope. But how dope? How dope can it be? We need to add a volume to this. And then tilde key to the front. Yep. Front camera. Delete that camera. And then we'll put this camera on the -8. I need to be able to see everything. -8 is where I'm trying to go, right? Yep. -8 to the end. Beautiful. We need to get the cube so we don't see all of this, because it is a bit distracting. Just like that. All right. Last thing I want to do is bring up the strength of our dots. We'll go back to the cube and bring up the density. And then last thing we need to do is just animate the camera through it, and then we could start trying to figure out how we want this to look. All right. You could array the plane. The only issue with arraying the plane is a lot of times that'll goof with the texture, and this needs to be able to loop. So I use instancing over arraying, because instancing also gives you, it gives you more control, and that's what it gives you more flexibility and control. So that's what I'm going to do here. What am I here doing? Oh yeah, I need to animate the camera. So -8, we'll go back here. We do 120 frames. Switch it here to 30 frames a second, because that's MoGraph. And I'm gonna give myself 140 frames to make up for that. I forgot the math, but that'll just about do it. -8, +8, or just regular 8. And then now we have this. I don't like that, so we need to offset this whole texture just by a little bit. So we'll go here to location, and we'll do that. Okay, so this is what we're working with now. I just recently made a texture like this, so I don't want to copy it. So what I want to do is figure out a good way to make this cool and unique, as it is kind of a cool looking grid. I do bring up the scale would do something cool. Kind of obviously makes it look like a brick texture now. What happens if I flip the color ramp? All right, now we've made something really cool. How? Okay, now I want to know. First, I want to save this before I lose all my precious work. 16. Okay, so what's really cool about this is some of these dots are different sizes. I think I know how it's doing that. And that would be on the brick texture, we have different colors here. Yeah. So we have different colors. And that changes the size of everything with these two, which is super cool. I love that a lot. And they're also now they're diamond shaped, which is really cool. I'm not mad at that at all. So it's like brick texture-y. And I can now start designing out these actual bricks. Brick. What happens if I do this? Nothing. Okay, so there is the vector color there, and that's what's making this black. Oh, that's such a dope effect. Okay. So if we play with this mix, we can run our camera through it. Ah, man, this is a really nice texture. Turn up some of the randomness in the Voronoi. Good idea. Let's see what that does. Oh, I don't like it. They're kind of like metaballing, though. That's kind of cool. What if I do smooth F1? Oh, it just takes everything out. Elucidian, Adamakowski. Chevy Chev. Manhattan. Elucidian. We're keeping it. I need a timeline so I can actually work here in the node editor. All right. So let's go back to what I was doing here. You can animate this too, which is what we're going to do. Let's go back here. I'm going to animate the offset. Oh, no, I can't animate the offset because it's not the same at the end. Clear keyframes. All right, we're going to bring that offset back here to the middle. And then frequency, I think, does cool things once we play with squash. Oops, 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 oops. All right. Playing with squash, and then we'll bring the row height to 0.5, giving it a more, almost looks like a gosh dang quilt, which is not what I want. I want it more grid-like, so we'll keep it around there. Ooh, this is cool. So now we have these very nice grids. What happens if I bring up the scale? Ah, now we're cooking. This is a really great texture. File, save. Ah, man, I wish I had my moderators. Seems like the chat is. All right. Seems like you guys are complaining about the chat. All right, no namer. I'm going to make you a moderator. You seem to care about the chat. So if you see stuff you don't like, just kill it. In terms of inappropriate stuff, spamming, all that stuff. I want you guys to enjoy the chat. So have fun in the chat. All right. This is cool. Now it's less quilty looking, which is nice. My mom used to make quilts. Bam. I want to move that. All right. I don't like going straight through that, so let's change the position. Can't. All right. Oh man, this is so cool. What happened? Okay. All right. I love this quite a lot. I think we're close to done. Sorry for the sniffling, guys. I do it subconsciously. I'm got them allergies. Season's changing. No, Namer, if you spam 2, I'll make you not a moderator. Just sort of make sure people are behaving in the chat. Okay. So, I think we're just about done with this animation. It's so freaking cool. What happens if I animate my camera as well? Oops. Not that way. Why does it do that? Why does it stop at 44? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's animate the camera. All right. The y-axis, we'll go here in 360. All I want to do now is just add keyframes here. So let's do 300 because it's a bit fast. Everything's a bit fast. Come back. Here we go. My mouse is lagging. And then that was the camera. What else is animating here? Okay, the actual movement of the camera needs to be redone as well. Clear keyframes, clear keyframes. And I want the movement of the camera going forward to be the same. So I need to add. So it's instead of being +8, it'll be +24. That's right. And now we have a dope animation. What I can do Someone said maybe add a plane with a different pattern. That's a great idea. So I'm going to make this second plane here. The second plane, what I'll do is I'll just change it up a little bit. What I'll do is I'll duplicate it and then find a way to randomize everything, which we can do that in the location. So let's just move everything. And we'll randomize the pattern in that way. Play with that. Oh, no, I don't want to play with that. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh. Stupid. All right. And then we can change the scale. So now it's not the same each time. Okay, cool. I'm not going to add color. This pack is a black and white pack. I saw some comments about. So yeah. This is freaking cool. Big fan. Big fan. Okay, someone just addressed the video about me reviewing people's work. I stopped that and we're redoing it. The reason why I'm redoing it is because it was such a logistical issue to look at over 300 project files as someone who's also working full-time. So what I'm actually going to do, and thanks for reminding me, is we're going to redo that. And what I want you guys to just do is just send me your still images or your still animations. I'll make a full, don't send them yet. I'll make a full video. But just sending me the stills. And then on a live stream, I'm going to review all of them. That would make it way easier for me to just collect all of the artwork and review it live rather than opening up each project file, because that not only does that create issues in terms of troubleshooting problems, but it also is just so much work. And it was more than I imagined I would thought, and that's my mistake. It's still gonna happen though. You guys asking for bloom? I'll put bloom on, but for the pack, I don't want bloom because it's not that vibe. It's more of a flat vibe. Concert visuals, when you're actually at the concert, there's usually always like fog or something, and that kind of gives the LED screen the bloom. So bloom on an actual LED screen is not very good looking, and that's why it's remaining flat for now. But we're finished with this. Yep. This is better than an online class. I'd agree. I wish the online classes were like this. So we're here. We've made it. We're done. Someone said it makes them dizzy. Add a noise cancellation to your mic in OBS. There's a lot of noise from your keyboard, please. Okay, I'll have to do that. I will do that. I'm thinking maybe you're right about the dizziness. That might make people dizzy. So we're going to stop the camera rotation. Because I do have to think about this as an audience watching it on an LED, because that's the end result here. Yeah, so this is just more fair looking. This is super crazy looking. I have to put this on my Instagram story. All right. On Instagram. All right. This was fun. This is fun. Let's keep going. What was the inspiration for this? It was that. We went a long ways away from it, but I am not mad. And save. I feel like the rotation was too fast. Lowered the speed down, it would have been a lot better. You're right. Now I got to do some math, and I do need to make... Okay, you're right. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it extra, extra slow. So I'm going to duplicate all these because the camera's got to go largely farther than it was. So you are totally right about that. Also means I need to add frames. So we're going to go from 300 to 600. It's Eevee, so I'm not going to worry about render time. I remember rendering at like 1200 frames for Eevee once. That was a nightmare. Okay. So we need to go back here and make it slower. So instead of negative 24, delete keyframes, I mean positive 24. What was that noise? Okay. So go here, go to the very end, and that's 40. Okay, originally it was here at 24. I think if we triple it at 56, I'm a little worried. We'll see. Okay, so now it's the same speed as originally it was, and that's what I liked. But the rotation is not going to go, it's just going to go, 600 frames, and that's the goal here. So now we can see how the rotation is going to look with 600 frames. Maybe it'll be less dizzying. You know what? I'm going to make it even slower. We're going to make 1,000 frames. We're going crazy, boys. Ow, 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 ow. I just hit my heel. Okay. We're going to go to wireframe view. We're going to go to the left. And so the camera stops there. So I want it to stop here to make it much slower. Actually, it should stop here. What are the people saying? -8. We'll go to the end of 1,000 frames. Stopping there. That also means I need to add some instances. All right. Now that we're insane, let's go ahead, get our camera here, clear the keyframes on the rotation, and then get that rotation at 1,000. Ah, that's it. That's the one. Thank you for the suggestion. I wish I remembered your name on slowing down that rotation, but that absolutely did it. One thing the last edit I want to do is moving that plane. So I guess it would be the first one. Yes. Okay, so we'll go through here. What I don't like running straight through the dots. So we're gonna move those in the shading. I think that'll move them. Let's find out. How do I move them? It's the brick texture, so I think maybe squash will do it. All right, so here they are, right there. Nah, give it up. I don't know what just happened. Need to go back. Okay. The last thing I do is actually make sure this loops. Yes, it loops. Very perfectly. Okay. What I'll actually do is I'll just physically move the plane. There we are. Okay. Much better. And I want to move it Perfect. And we're done. Yeah, this is nuts. This is super, super cool. Just reading the comments here. Blender has free Octane. Yeah, I haven't touched it yet. We need some Octane tutorials. I might even make a course for that. Really just dive into it. Maybe animate the shape of the dots. No, I want to keep it stagnant. Mostly, I want these visuals to be... Goodness. I want these visuals to be applicable to as many use cases live as possible. So if you animate them, it makes them a little more abstract, and so like more common use cases won't be able to use it because they won't like the crazy amount of motion. This is, I think, a perfect amount of motion. All right, cool. Beans. Why use Octane over Cycles? Octane, it looks different than Cycles. Octane is really made for really cool low light scenes. It deals with light differently. It deals with reflections differently. And in some cases, it's faster by a little bit. But it also just looks really cool. You also get like viewport bloom and all that fun stuff. And it's very, very useful for super stylized scenes, while Cycles is really useful for realistic looking scenes. Is it 24 frames a second? No, it's 30. Motion graphics on screens are great 30 frames a second. So I did that. Will we still send it in Gmail like you told us a year ago, and just the renders last time you told us to send? Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify. No more project files. That's too much work to look at all project files. It just cuts all my work in half if I just look at still JPEG or PNG images. Could you make a watermelon sugar visualizer? I don't know what that is. All right, we're done. We're done with this one. It's 3 o'clock. I need to get on to some other duties, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. This was cool. This was fun. I will catch you guys in the next stream. Peace.